Hello guys, Lit here. So in Secret of the Atlas, we got a new maps which is T16 with originator influence, which people call 16.5. And it's basically a T16, but you can roll T17 mod in it, so you can have more currency, more scarabs, or more maps. But it's also going to have modifier that T17 have. For example, something like Awakened Desolations, if to prepare Maven, or Unstable Tentacles, and all the T17 mods. But on T16.5, you're not limited to reroll them using Chaos Orb, like T17 did. You can reroll them using Scour, Alchemy. You can reroll them with Harvest or anything like that. The reroll part, we do not have a limitations like T17. So basically the idea, you're going to have T16 that can have T17 mod, but you're not going to have the amount of monster on the map like T17 did, because T17 is a bigger map. They have more monster in it. And you also do not have the T17 bosses on it. But then we get a map like this. A map with a really high item quantity in it, and also really high more currency, more scarab, and more maps. And this is because the T16.5, because it doesn't have the limitation that T17 did, you can farm them 8 modded, which is the map going to have 8 mod, but it is corrupted. And 8 mod is the maximum mod you can have on one map, and that's the reason why you can see the map have a really high item quantity. It has a really high amount of pack size. It has a really high amount of more currency, more scrap, more maps. And these especially make the map really juicy to run. And I believe, based on my testing, based on how many loot I have from between the 8 mod or not 8 mod, this 16.5 8 mod will be the map for the endgame juicing. So in this video, I want to share a strategy to farm them. And I do 2 testing between one of them using T16.5 but not 8 modded, and the other one we using T16.5 but 8 mod. Both of them will have more maps modifier on them, minimum 100%. And for the scarabs, I will use 1 cartographic scarab of escalations, 1 scarabs of corruptions, and 3 scarabs of multitudes. And if you want to have delirium on the 8 model that you farms, then you can add delirium scarab of delusions that will add the layer of delirium on the map that you drop. And if for some reason you do not want to drop them corrupted, you can drop the scarab of corruptions and use something like influence of horde or scarab of monstrous lineage, which you're going to increase the magic pack size, which going to affect the altars mobs, which basically give you a better chance to have the map duplication mod. But I hope this video will convince you to plan toward the T16.5 because the map is that good. And for the Atlas 3, this is the Atlas 3 that I'm using. The link will be on the descriptions. I'm using Red Arthur, and if you do not want to use Red Arthurs, you can change it into Blue Arthurs. And the next one, I'm adding Blight, because Blight do drop quite a lot of map too, if we have a lot of lanes. So if you're farming maps that have an open area, it most likely will have an open lane. And if you have an open lane, you have like 6 to 8 lane, it drops quite a lot of maps. And we also have shrine and rituals, just to adding more monster inside the maps, and also trying to get the monster from the scarab of multitude to spawn into the shrine and the rituals. So that is the setup that I'm using, and I'm going to do 2 tests, which is 20 maps for each of them, and we can compare the result and how good the T16.5 8 modded is. And if you want all the raw data, it will be on the spreadsheet that I will link in the description. So from the test that I do, the cost for both of them is basically the same, because the map that we are using is basically self-farm or self-sustained. And for the loot itself, if you see on the currency, you can see that the 8 modded one drop like significantly a lot more currency than the non-8 modded one. We get a lot more divine orbs, we get a lot more chaos orb and all that stuff. Like this is more than twice the amount of you get from the non-8 modded. And the fortunate card is still the same, because on the 8 modded we have quite a lot of quantity in it, and we also get more Faldo boxes. And for the maps, we do get basically more than twice the amount of map that we get from the non-8 modded one. So for the T16 8 modded, we got 304 on the non-8 modded, we got 731 on the 8 modded one. And for the T16.5 8 modded, which is a target farm active strategy, we got 27 on the non-8 modded one, and we got 39 on the 8 modded one. And for the T17, because I'm doing this on Mesa, we are dropping Fortress. And on the non-16, we got 22, and on the 8 modded one, we got 37. So if you see on the tab that I show on the screen, there is a predicted T17, because we do have the rate for the T17, it's 6.4% for 4 watt stones. So in the egg model, we're supposed to have 51, but this prediction doesn't account to that mechanic that's going to reduce your chance after the first map drop. So after you get one T17 per maps or one T16.5 per maps, you start going to have a diminishing returns. So we basically, from 20 map, we got 37 T17 and we got 39 16.5, which is a good amount, and this is the amount that you can self-sustain and you can start to kind of build up your stock on a map that you want to farm later on. And that is the reason why I want to make this video, because when I test the T16.5 with 8 modded, the drop is insane. The loot is really good. So when more people start to realize that, more people will start to plan toward that, and more people will start to build strategy on the 8 modded T16.5, and this map will get more expensive and more expensive because it's not actually easy to farm, right? Like 2 T16.5 per map is not exactly like a crazy amount, especially when they drop 8 modded, and not everyone can do all mod. This is the caveat of the T16.5 8 modded. Then this strategy will benefit people that can do basically all the mods, or at least most of the mods. So something like Penance Plan of Dissipation is one build that I know of that can do most of the mods, and I think there's a few build out there that can do most of the mods. So considering how much juicy the T16.5 8 modded, I think the direction will go toward there. That's all I have for you today, and I hope this strategy is helpful. If you like this video, consider like and subscribe. That will help the channel a lot. And thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one.